every other NBA coach and lasted a few years and then, gone somewhere else and coached somewhere else. So I'm incredibly lucky to have this partnership with Steph, and he provides this stability and continuity with the organization that just makes everybody's job easier.
Y'all see Steve Kerr admitting he wouldn't be still coaching the Warriors if it weren't for Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry, we all know Steph Curry, best shooter ever played the game, best shooter to ever walk this earth. Steve Kerr admitting, man, that he's not really a, good X's and O's coach, basically, man. That's basically what he's saying. Which makes a lot of sense, bro. Makes a lot of sense. Now, I know people gonna say, oh, well, the Warriors won 4 championships. And, Steve Kerr helped change that offense and made it an unstoppable offense. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, you could say Steve Kerr. You could say that he helped the Warriors play towards Steph, Clay, and Draymond's strengths with the ball movement, with the small ball 5, making that a popular thing around the league. But you can't take away from what Mark Jackson was doing either with that team, because Mark Jackson gave Steph and Clay that freedom to play like to play that game too. And you got to look at it from this standpoint. It did take for David Lee to go down with the injury for Draymond and, to become what he became. And, yeah, man, the Warriors was already trending towards the right direction and building a really good team before Steve Kerr even came. And we all know the situation that happened with Mark Jackson, why they fired him. I mean, if you don't already know, it was, something with him going against the LGBTQ, the ABC, the alphabet, or whatever you call it, community. And yeah, you had that situation going on with Mark Jackson, man. And they brought in Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr did his thing. I ain't gonna take credit away from Steve Kerr. He did help them, but he's not really the coach that a lot of some people think that he is. You look at the situation with Jonathan Kuminga. This situation would be so much. They'll be in a better situation if Steve Kerr wasn't the coach, man. Because Steve Kerr, you don't know how to. He one of them coaches that just don't know how to handle egos, man. You saw when at the end of KD, at the end of his tenure with the Warriors. Now they did make it to the finals. KD did get hurt, but you saw, the dude he ain't held nobody accountable. He ain't held Draymond accountable for that. He didn't hold KD accountable. Like he ain't one of them coaches that everybody's just listening to like that. Now, Steph, Draymond, and Clay probably was, are the only ones really listening to him as far as like the stars who've been over there. But everybody else, bro, he wasn't that voice. He wasn't really that voice that a lot of guys listen to like that. lot of, obviously a lot of guys do relate to him because he played in the league, but yeah, Steve Kerr, he ain't really what everybody think he is, man. What a lot of, or what the media think he is, bro. A lot of that, it's easy. It's easy when you have Steph Curry as your best player, because Steph Curry, he's not selfish. Steph Curry plays the right way, and yeah, as well as Draymond and too, and Klay Thompson, all those guys, man, they played the right way. They played unselfish basketball, and that's the reason why they won all them championships, bro. Real talk. And because I also had to look at his coaching staff as well. He had Mike Brown on the coaching staff, who's a coach that before he even went to the Warriors, he got to the NBA Finals. He got guys like Quinn Snyder over there, who's a really good coach, who's coaching the best team in the NBA currently. Best team. I don't say best team in the NBA. Why did I say that? I'm capping. But they were the best team in the East, number 1 seed in the East. The Cavaliers, but yeah, Steve Kerr had a lot of good assistant coaches that had success being the head coach, so that helped him as well, and that helped the Warriors as well prevail and win championships. But at least he actually admitted that he wouldn't have a job without Steph. At least he actually admitted that. But yeah, that's all I had. Make sure I hit that like button, subscribe, man. Tell me what y'all think about Steve Kerr finally admitting that Steph is the reason why he still got a job. I mean, it's plain and simple. It don't take a rocket science to see. You see everybody caught on to the Warriors system, man. They ain't really winning like they used to be. Maybe it's because of a little bit of lack of time, but I feel like they still got a lot of talent over there, and they still, if they get the right pieces, I know they, around Steph and Draymond and Jimmy, they could do something this year, but if they go in with that same team, and keep Kuminga, bro, that's gonna be because that's bad for the locker room, and knowing the guy that y'all not gonna play, and that's gonna cause confusion in the locker room, bro. So they might as well could get rid of Kuminga, bro. Like, real talk. But make sure I hit that like another thing too. When Steve Kerr in that Jordan Poole situation at Draymond, he didn't handle that. I don't think he, as a coach, bro, as a head coach of the team, leader of the team, bro, I don't think Steve Kerr handled that the right way, bro. You was supposed to say something to and if he probably did behind the scenes, but let's be honest, bro. Still, Steve Kerr ain't finna say nothing to Draymond, bro. Like, he ain't finna say nothing to Draymond. So I'm gonna take it as he didn't say nothing to the dude, or he didn't handle that situation the right way. And Jordan Poole got traded, which was crazy, but that whole situation was crazy. But make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, man. Share this video. I'm out.